Hi, guys. Hi, I'm Tara. Hello. I'm writing all your names down.
Hi, Tara. I'm Paula.
Hi, Paula. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Tara. I'm Gaylena.
Hi, Gaylena.
Hi, Paula.
Hi.
We've got Megan Dupree. Hi, Megan. Oh, hey, Meg. You're muted.
Sorry, I just said it's me. Sorry, I was an alias.
Have you been?
Pretty good. How about you?
Really good. Yeah.
Likewise.
So I'm just keeping track of who's here so that I can kind of make sure the people who aren't here, their coaches just follow up with them. So it's not like an attendance thing that you're going to get spanked or anything. That was a really weird thing to say. I'm not sure why I said that. We'll just wait just a couple minutes and see if some more girls hop on. How's everybody's first, what has it been, like a month for most of you guys?
Yes.
Yeah. How's that going?
Good. I'm motivated.
That's awesome. Hi, Kristen. I'm Tara.
Hi, Tara.
Hi, Kristen.
Hi. Hello, hello.
We're going to get started in just like a minute or two. I'm just sort of waiting for a couple girls to show up. There's a lot of you guys signed up, but I know that not everybody can come. Hey, Shannon. Just give him one more second or two. What time is it? It's been 2 minutes. Kristen, I like that room.
Thank you. This is my office at home.
It's pretty.
I had to paint the wall behind me because at my last company, when people would actually come into the office, sometimes everyone thought I was in the office because it was like a boring white wall. And they're like, oh, you're in the office, I'll come find you. And I'm like, no, I just have a very boring office. So I was like, all right, I need to mix it up.
That's awesome.
Painted it black. Went a little crazy.
I think it looks cool. Amanda
Thank you.
Walker. All right. I think we will get started. And as people show up, hi, Amanda, you're on mute, but I see your name there.
Hi there.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. All right. So today, this is going to be a 4-week like workshop. I think today will be kind of shorter than the other weeks, but because we're just going to be going over the nitty-gritty of the Fit Me plate. But I'll share my screen. Did everybody get their workbook in their email?
I did not.
No, you guys haven't gotten your workbooks?
I don't remember. I need to look. I'm really behind on email.
Amanda has it. Okay. Who does not have it?
I'm checking.
I'm looking.
Megan has it.
Who would it have come from so we can like search?
Jamie Lynn Estelle. I think that's her last name. Rose is here.
Right. Oh, that's right. I didn't have access.
Oh, you didn't?
Oh, so now it works. I had to ask my coach to get me access. It said I needed to request it or something. Anyway.
Okay, cool.
I now see it. 22 pages.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Rose. How are you? Gaylena, do you have yours? Yes.
Yes, I do.
And Paula, you do have yours, or you?
No, I'm still looking. I'm sure I do. Listen, it's been a terrible day, all day at work. And I
No,
just got home from dinner.
don't be sorry. And if you don't have it, it's okay, because I'm going to share my screen and we'll just go through it. And then when you find it, you can, print it or whatever. I tried to print it today at Staples and it's just too big to print. So if anybody is able to print it and like figures out how, like, let me know.
I printed mine off from home on my home computer.
Oh, you did?
It was a
Okay.
PDF.
Well, I mean, I
Mhm.
could have done that too, but I wanted it in color.
Oh, I did. I probably should have went somewhere else and did it, but by
Yeah.
the time it printed, I did print it in
And
color.
Rose has hers printed. And Shannon, you have yours?
I have it and I will print it. I have a printer. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Awesome. Well, we're going to go through it. I'm going to share my screen. I'm so excited to do this. Molly's here. Like I didn't know I used to meal prep, but like my mom always grew up telling me like meat, carb, veggie. And so that's sort of how I grew up anyway. Like as I've gotten older, the quality of my food has gotten better. But yeah, so I'm excited to be doing this with you guys. So let me share my screen. How do I do this? Stop. Oh no. Sorry, guys. Never seen
Computers are
my
so fun.
screen before. I should have tried this before.
Do you want me to share mine? I have it up here.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Oh, but it's disabled for me.
Yeah. Molly,
Hey,
how do you share a screen?
so yeah, go down. Do you see the green thing at the bottom that says share screen?
Yeah.
Yep, hit that.
All right. Well, it gives me desktop one, whiteboard, iPhone, blah, 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 Safari.
That's okay. Just if you see the meal prep workshop one, go ahead and click on that. Otherwise, just click OK, share your screen and open up the meal prep workshop workbook.
Open system. Okay, I need to do something in my security. I'm sorry, guys. Security, privacy to grant access. Oh, okay. Okay, hold on. Almost there. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on.
You got this, girl.
Made me sweat. I started sweating. Had to take my sweater off.
Well, if it was a Zoom workshop, on Zoom, then I would say this would be a problem. But this is a meal prep workshop and you are a meal prep expert. So I'm not concerned about Zoom. We will get this.
We've all been there.
Yes.
Hello?
I was just gonna say, can you share your screen so we can see what you're looking at? We can help you. But if you give me access, I can share my screen.
Well, I can give you access. Or Molly, do you want to do it?
I'm on my phone.
Oh, okay.
It should have
So
like
I'm
a
not going to
plus
pull it up on my phone. If we give Kristen access, she can show hers.
I'll give you access. And then I will work on this so that this doesn't happen next week.
It's okay. If it makes you feel better, I started a new company a few months ago and I use Teams for everything, but I was told that the CEO only uses Zoom. And so when I scheduled my first meeting with him, I used Zoom and I'd never used it before. And I literally couldn't get it to work. And it was like, I was 15 minutes late to my first meeting with the CEO. It was really embarrassing.
Oh no.
Well, I'll never meet with him again. That was some career suicide right there.
Well, congratulations on your company. All right, I just made you
Okay.
co-host, so you should be able to share your screen.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. So, is there,
Let me know when you want me to move to the next page.
I had it bigger on my, it's all right, doesn't matter. Can you guys see this okay? Is this
Yep.
big enough? Okay. you can scroll down. So you're here for your meal prep personal training. So this week we're gonna do the nitty gritty of, thank you, that's awesome. The nitty gritty of the Fit Me plate. So we're just gonna go through it. Any questions you guys have, we'll go over and everything. You'll have a little bit of homework for next week. And then next week, we're gonna talk about creating your meal prep system. And then you'll have some homework from that week as well. Avoiding boredom in meal prep. And then finally, taking the Fit Me plate on the road. So then you can scroll down. So let's get started. Step one, protein. So when we think about protein, we think about the palm of our hand. And the reason we do this is because it's relative to our body. So like bigger people are going to have bigger palms. So they're going to use a bigger portion of protein. But generally, a piece of protein is about 4 ounces. 4 ounces of like chicken or steak. And that's about 25 to 30 grams of protein, which is what you want. So without having to really think about it, you just look at your palm, it's about the size of the inside of my palm, good to go. And you can scroll down. And then we want to fill half of our plate up with veggies, whatever veggies you want. And the reason why we want it such a big portion of veggies is because they are nice and filling. They're packed with micronutrients, and there's a lot of fiber that helps with digestion, helps your body slow down your digestion so you stay fuller longer. So you're not like, feeling snacky all of a sudden. Protein also does that too. It takes your body a long time to digest protein. And your I can't think of the word that I want to say. You get hotter, your body burns hotter when you're digesting protein, which also burns more calories. So you got your protein, your veg keeps you nice and full, all that fiber, and then you've got your carbs. And when we think about carbs, we want to think about how the least amount of processing that we can get. So carbs from the ground is what we say. So like when you think about your carb, you want to think about how many steps did this food take to get from the ground to my mouth. And so like potatoes, rice, sweet potatoes, squash, stuff like that, are all the carbs that you want to eat. You want that to be about the size of your fist or a tennis ball. That's about 40 grams. So you don't want to carbs are really easy to overdo. We can overeat carbs all day long. But like, it's hard to overeat veggies, right? Like nobody's going to be sitting there eating a ton of veggies, until they throw up, but you can definitely do that with carbs. And then when it comes to fats, fats are very like energy dense. So like your carbs and your protein, they're all about they're all 4 calories per gram, but your fat is 9 calories per gram. So you really want to pay attention to your fats. So we only use just like a thumb of fats. So that's like a tablespoon of peanut butter, quarter to half an avocado, depending on the size. You got to look at your salad dressings and see sort of what the fat content is on those. Some are less, some are more. But a serving is about 7 to 12 grams of fat per your serving size. And so basically when you're making your plate, you want to think about your protein first. You're like, okay, what protein am I having? And then you're going to pair it with your veggies and your carb and your fat. And I love this because it doesn't have, you don't have to make recipes. You can just pick out your basic ingredients and then just put them together. And I love this graphic here because it gives you how many are there? There's 12 or something. You just of really great ideas of salmon, sweet potato, asparagus, and some grass-fed butter. And as you go through your workbook, I want you guys to really look at this when we get off and through the week, because it gives you really good ideas, and it gives you a great idea about what your carbs are. And you know, a lot of people shy away from carbs because we live in like this low carb society that, you know, you see it all over the internet to not eat your carbs, but your carbs are so important because they help you stay satisfied as long as they're like carbs from the ground. So, you know, spaghetti squash, sweet potatoes, butternut squash, those are all delicious carbs. And then it gives you a bunch of vegetables to try and a bunch of different oils to try too, or fats.
Is this for like breakfast too? So like for dinner, this like makes sense. Obviously, I'm not going to have salmon and asparagus and a potato for breakfast, especially if I'm someone that I don't like savory breakfasts. I just want like a piece of peanut butter toast.
Yeah.
So what do you recommend for breakfast?
So if
Is it supposed to fit for like every single meal? This?
it can. So like a great breakfast would be like two eggs plus maybe half a cup of egg whites, thrown over some like spinach and some sweet potatoes or rice or something like that. If you like sweet, you can do Greek yogurt, add some chia seeds or flax seeds in there for your like fiber, or you can have like just some crunchy vegetables on the side, some berries on top. So your yogurt is your protein. You can throw some fruit on there for your carbs. You throw in some, Rose puts in some peanut butter powder to boost the protein. You can actually, protein powder is awesome in yogurt to boost up the protein. So, and you can do that with oatmeal as well. So if you like mix up oatmeal and put some protein powder in it, and then have like veggies on the side, you can sweeten that up with however you want, with some honey or some cinnamon, some berries.
I did not know squash was a carb.
Yeah. I know. I still eat it as a veggie too, but it's higher in carbs than like your peppers and your Brussels sprouts and your greens.
Huh.
Molly does baked oatmeal with protein powder. There's a lot of recipes online for baked oatmeal, and you can make that as sweet as you want if you like sweeter breakfast. And those are great because you can like pre-make it and just have it all week long. You don't even have to think about breakfast because it's ready to go.
Do you want me to move to the next slide?
Rose says, I used to be a sweet breakfast girl too, but she's gotten used to adding in veggies, especially cucumbers.
So I just cannot. I'm like, veggies are great, like lunch and dinner, like first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to get there. I cannot imagine eating a vegetable in the morning
Baby
or
step.
anything like savory. It just sounds like, oh, I just want some peanut butter. But-
Peanut butter is great, but peanut butter is a fat. So that's,
Right.
yeah, that's, that you definitely want to like measure your servings of peanut butter or
Right.
any nut butter. It's really high in dense in energy.
Okay.
And then here is grocery essentials. So this is just a basic, awesome, like Whole Foods grocery list. So like it says in the last slide, like building meals shouldn't be complicated or require a fancy recipe. Think about how many people you have to feed. And then, you know, make your list. And it's always nice to like make your lists based on grocery store like layout. So your proteins, your like carbs, fats, and pantry staples and produce and stuff. So this is a really awesome thing. Like if you guys are able to get this printed, I would just keep it wherever you do your meal prep planning so that you always have these lists close by that you can reference until it becomes like second nature to you. But I think I'm even going to start, because I'm getting bored with the stuff that I eat. I'm going to keep this around close for me too. And then here's our top 3 worksheet. And this is your homework for the week. So I want you to think about it, talk to your family, look at these lists, and put your top 3s into this list, into this worksheet. You can make copies of this, you don't have to write it right into your workbook, so that you can reuse it over and over again. But yeah, so like your top 3 proteins, your top 3 carbohydrates, your top 3 veggies, and like 2 or 3 fats. You don't have to go crazy with the fats, but this way, you'll know what you want to eat. You'll know what your kids want to eat, your partners want to eat, whoever's in your home. And then it'll just make it easier to like look at your options for throwing meals together.
What
Easier.
about fruits?
Fruits are carbs.
Oh, okay.
It's basically sugar with fiber and water, which is great.
Okay.
And dried fruits, Coach Leah actually made this awesome video the other day. Dried fruits are so easy to overdo, and they're just, it's just a lot of sugar. So there's like a
Yeah.
few different kinds of sugar, and fructose is like the sugar in fruit. And it's just, it takes your body a little bit longer to break it down than like table sugar, but it's still sugar. So we have this saying in FitMe called no naked carbs. And essentially what that means is, your body breaks down your carbs and your fats for energy, right? It takes a little bit longer to break down the fat. But if you pair your carbohydrates with some veggies or some protein, it's going to take your body longer to break down those carbs and use it. So your blood sugar is not going to spike and then drop. So we like to say no naked carbs. So when you're having a piece of fruit, like have it with like a bit of protein or maybe a cheese stick or some yogurt or something like that. And this is for next week, so don't worry about this. You can read it if you want to, but we're not going to go over it yet. So homework for this week is to go over your top 3s with what you like to eat, and then think about how many Fit Me plates you want to get in this week and tell your coach. Does anybody have any like particular issues with meals that they find harder to get in during the day or harder to plan for?
No, but I might be over planning. I'm so excited about building the healthy body that I might be overdoing it. So I like to make a breakfast casserole like on Monday, and in it I put zucchini, onions, red, yellow, orange peppers, mushrooms, cheese, eggs, and I bake it. And it's very large. I have enough to share with my people at work. And with that in the morning, I'm going to have a shake, a protein shake, but I have a half a banana, a handful of strawberries, blueberries, and almond milk. Am I overdoing it?
It depends on how big your slice of egg casserole is.
It's only about 3 by 3.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like you're overdoing it.
No, but I sure am having fun because I love to eat.
I mean, maybe that's a lot of sugar for your protein shake.
Yeah.
You can like just cut the fruit in half.
Yeah, maybe that's why I'm not budging on the scales, huh?
That is a lot of sugar. So like when you do make your protein shakes, do you do it in a blender?
I do, yes,
Throw some kale in with it.
Sometimes I do. I don't always have it though.
Okay.
Or spinach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You bet. Any other questions or problems when it comes to like figuring out the Fit Me plate?
Mm-mm.
I just like recipes, so it's hard for me to like just pull something together. I
Mhm.
like, I don't know. I need to follow my recipe.
How
Um,
often do you cook recipes?
hmm?
Do you cook recipes every night?
No, so the other issue is time. So A, I like to have recipes. B, I don't have time. I work a lot and I have two
Mhm.
kids.
Yeah.
So my biggest challenge is just finding time to actually food prep.
Mhm.
So if our weekends are really packed, then it's like I go into the week and I'm in meetings from 8 to 5:30 and then I work until 9
Oh,
and I
dear.
try to like go help feed my kids or something at that time. And I don't know, I don't have a lot of time.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to like figure out how to set boundaries and like I'm not getting any exercise right now. I'm just like, and then by the end of the day, I'm just when I log off, I'm so exhausted. I just want to sit and like watch a show before I go to bed and like stop thinking about work.
Mhm.
So it's just the time and trying to figure out how I can do it. That's all.
So like reframing recipes as recipes are for date night and food is for like fuel is gonna help. It
But how do you make it taste good? You're like, it'll have like no flavor. I'm not a good like natural cook. So I'm like, I need to be told exactly how much of each spice to put in and I don't know.
Can I make a suggestion over here? It's me, Paula.
Mhm.
I take a couple hours on Sunday. I really don't want to. I'd like to be doing everything but. And I clean and prepare all kinds of vegetables, wash them, I dry them, and I
Yeah.
wrap them up in like a cloth napkin. I put them in a nice container, and I've always got fresh vegetables. So when in doubt, you can take a handful of the broccoli, the cauliflower, your carrots, throw some onions in, stir fry it in some olive oil, and then throw some protein like chicken, whatever. I like to buy rotisserie chickens because I live alone, but I can do so much with it. But it's so simple once you have everything all cleaned and prepared. And I guess you have kids. I don't know if your kids like vegetables, but surely they have to have at least a couple that they love. Zucchini is another good one.
Oh, I'm like, don't even get me started.
No
My daughter
vegetables.
loves certain vegetables. My
Yeah.
son hates all vegetables.
Uh-huh.
My son loves fruit. My daughter hates fruit. I don't like most food. Like I'm very picky. I like vegetarian. My husband likes meat.
Mhm.
It's like the worst part of my life is trying to figure out dinner. Like, and yeah, on Sundays I do sometimes do. I mean, that's the only time I have.
Mhm.
But oftentimes I still don't have time and I can't fit it in. Like we got birthday parties and sports and family stuff. And it's just like, it's hard to find time, but that's my own issue. So not for this. I gotta figure it out.
No, that's exactly what this is for though. Like it's
Yeah.
good to like get that out there because it helps me
It's
help
hard.
you more. So like, but like I'm saying, like the recipe thing, like we're gonna talk about spices and sauces in another call.
Okay.
But I'd say like aside from salt, you can't really over season anything.
Mm-mm.
So like don't like
Okay.
get some powdered onion, powdered garlic. Like if you don't
Okay.
want to like chop the garlic and chop the onions, you can add a lot of flavor with that kind
Right.
of stuff.
Mhm.
Um and look at the spice mixtures and like don't get too picky about ingredients yet. Just find the ones that you like that
Right.
look like interesting to you and then you can clean it up later. But when you're learning how to like just make things taste good, like just find the flavors that you like and then clean it up,
Okay.
later. Like a lot of people get too obsessed with like looking at ingredients and spices and then they give
Right.
up because it takes too long. But
Yeah. And that's my problem too, is like I'm a overachiever and a perfectionist. And so my husband makes fun of me all the time because I'll pick like the most complicated recipe that takes like 2 hours. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like you
No,
again, that's for a
not for a
weekend, maybe,
Wednesday.
but like, yeah, not for a Wednesday. And I'm like, I know, but I just like thought I could do it. Like it sounded so good. And like, that's what I wanted. And so I did, grocery delivery, thinking maybe I can like move that meeting and I could get it in. And then it's like, then we're eating dinner by 9 o'clock. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't, anyway, I
Yeah.
gotta like lower my bar.
It takes time. It really does
Yeah.
take time, but you will get more comfortable with it. But that's why this top 3, excuse me, is so handy, because you can just be like, all right, like I like you. So you're vegetarian.
I prefer vegetarian. I sometimes will eat chicken, but I can't seem to like bite into a chicken breast. So it has to be like shredded.
Okay.
It's like, it just makes me nauseous. I don't know what it is. I don't like meat. Yeah, so I can
you're
eat like,
I like chicken, and I like it like in a crock pot shredded with the can
Mhm.
of salsa, and that'll last for a couple days,
Right.
Your husband likes, pork, and your kids like, I don't know, chicken wings or something, you just put them in there, just throw them in there, and then you go over to carbohydrates. You pick out your favorites from the list.
okay,
And same with veggies. And then, I mean, I think butter and olive oil are the best fats there are. Like you can use avocado
Yeah.
oil, you can use whatever, but for grass-fed butter, the Kerrygold is my favorite. So tasty.
Oh my God, yeah.
And olive oil are just the most, you can use them for basically everything. So, and then you can start just, mixing and matching and playing, like just experiment. It does, every meal is not going to be perfect. But there's, a lot of inspiration out there to just, get things together. Sausages, they're fattier than other meats, but still they taste really good, and there's protein in them,
are
sausages,
beans considered protein or carb?
both. So
Yes.
when you go into and I made a note, I want you to ask your coach for the vegetarian worksheet. We have one available. I would have to go digging for it. I'm not exactly sure where I've got it printed somewhere, but I'm not exactly sure where it is on my computer. So ask your coach for that, and she can get it for you.
Okay.
Who's your coach?
You can ask me because I'll Paige.
Paige.
I'm like, I'm on spot. Paige.
Great. She's a great coach for you.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
She gets it.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you're eating a vegetarian diet, you really have to do a whole lot of like picking and choosing and just sort of adding up your protein without trying to go over your, go crazy with carbs. So
Right, because I lean more towards like beans for protein because I
yeah.
like beans. I can handle
Yeah.
beans.
Yeah. But I mean, there's protein in, cottage cheese and yogurt and,
Right.
Trying to think, I can't remember the whole list. Do you eat tofu? No, that's tricky to eat, tricky to cook.
Yeah, I don't love it, but I can eat it.
Mhm. Yeah.
I wonder what Molly's cooking.
Yeah, nothing that interesting. We just got back from the grocery and it was a long day. So I'm actually using one of my my go-to meals. This is like my fallback. When I have run out of prep, I use these Kevin's. And we usually have one of these in the freezer. It's like my fail-safe meal. So I'm having Thai style coconut chicken tonight.
Yum.
And it's pretty clean ingredients. And then we just had a pouch of rice, and then I had some spinach. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but this
That's
is kind
actually
of what
one
it
of
looks
our
like.
go-to meals. That's what my husband makes dinner. That's what he makes.
I love it. It looks
Yeah,
it's like-
wonderful.
I go easy, Kristen. He gets those, and then we just have the packet of rice. We put some rice in it, and yeah, sometimes have some broccoli
It's a-
on the side or something.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a solid choice when it's a lot better than a pizza. We could have grabbed a pizza, we could have grabbed a bunch of crap, but it's still a fit me plate. So yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Sure.
So on average, how many Fit Me plates do you guys think you're getting in throughout the week right now?
Every day. It's what I'm doing.
Every
I do at
day,
least-
like 3 meals?
Yes, of course.
That's amazing, Paula. Look
No,
at
that's
you.
what I'm doing. That's what I'm working on. I live alone. It's a beautiful thing. I get to do anything I want.
That is easy. Yeah.
I do at least one a day, sometimes breakfast, always dinner, usually dinner.
Mhm,
Lunch is harder,
mhm.
which is why I need to prep.
That's why we need to prep.
Yep.
I do 1 to 2. I usually do about 2 a day,
Yeah,
most days.
good.
Lunches are difficult for me. Well, a couple of days a week, lunch is difficult because of my work schedule.
Mhm,
So I work late. I go into work like mid-morning. I go in around 11 or 1 o'clock. So I usually eat before I leave for work,
mhm.
and then I don't have time to eat in between. So I'm trying to figure out something snacky or fruit, cheese, and I guess that would be my question, some alternate hand foods that I could probably eat
Mhm.
quickly, especially on it's 2 days a week that I don't really get to eat a lunch per se.
Yeah, so you're not able to just sit down and like put some food in your mouth.
No.
Um, protein shakes are always great to have for days like that. Jerky, you can, you can make yourself like a little container of like snacky foods, and sometimes I'll just like have chicken and chop up like chicken strips, so it like takes the place of jerky if you don't like
Mhm.
chewing on jerky for like 5 minutes to and you can make it sort of like a Lunchable so that you can kind of snack on it, but
That's a good idea.
you're not
Mhm.
like eating a salad or a meal or something, but it's got all the components. So if you have just like chicken strips that you can pick up and some fruit, that's a good idea, Kristen. Thanks.
I know. I don't know why I didn't do that sooner.
So when you do a Fit Me plate, so say that I was to do that, I guess one of my questions was, do you have to eat the plate at one time? So say if I were to do that I can fix a Fit Me plate type Lunchable, for
Mhm.
lack of a better word. Do I have to eat it all at one setting?
Nope.
So, okay.
Yeah. The idea is just to make sure you get some lunch in so that you are not starving when you get home from work and then just like eating whatever you can find.
So I'll usually have like a piece of fruit and cheese that I will snack on my way home from work.
Mm-hmm.
A protein, I could do a protein drink, but I was just, if I don't, I was thinking that when you did the Fit Me plate, I guess you're trying to, the plate that you're eating a meal, that if you don't have to eat it all at one time and do a snack box thing that I could eat in between.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that, especially on days that you don't have the opportunity to like sit and really focus on your food,
Right. And I have 2 days a week that I
Mhm.
can't just sit and have a period to eat it all at one time.
Yeah. So Lindsay just joined us. Hi, Lindsay. I'm Tara. We're kind of wrapping up this call, but it is recorded, so you'll get a replay of it. We've gone over the Fit Me plate, and we're just sort of brainstorming ways to get Fit Me into your day.
May I ask you a question, please?
Yep.
What about tuna salad, chicken salad? Is that, you've never mentioned, I make that and I'll make a big batch and I can eat it 3 days in a row.
Yep.
Is that all right?
Oh yeah, I eat chicken salad like every week.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
I put like celery and carrots in
Mhm.
it. I season it up. It's delicious, Yeah. And
See, I'm on the road, I travel, so I can't just stop and buy stuff. It'll be a bad choice every time. So
Mhm.
I always leave home with a cooler full of good stuff.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's really good.
have to.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yep. Tuna salad. I mean, I've heard people talk about salmon salad. I've never made salmon salad.
Mhm.
But those are all fantastic options.
And how about guacamole? Is that okay?
Guacamole is a fat.
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
love it.
It's so, like I said, with the avocado, it's delicious. I love it too. And I didn't even find it till I was in my 20s. But yeah, so like a quarter to a half an avocado is a serving of fat. So you just got to be careful. Use it, but use it as your fat. So like 2 tablespoons of guac.
On
Wow.
top of a turkey burger.
There you go.
Oh, yum. Good idea.
So good.
Mm. Oh, wow.
That sounds
Mhm.
great.
Yep, no dressing needed, no bun, just the turkey burgers, some guac. It's so good.
Yum.
You can use it as your salad dressing,
Mhm.
Yep.
the salsa. Some pulled chicken on top. There you
Oh
go.
my God, I love it. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Lindsay, do you have any questions? Have you been able to go over your workbook or the Fit Me plate guide or anything?
I'm relatively familiar with it. I am trying to, the Fit Me Plate is a long-term goal. It should be a short-term goal, but it's just my husband and I, and so it's easier to like eat out than not. So I'm focusing on just not eating out
Awesome.
right now. But yeah, I'm like Gaylena said, I have a couple days where I need to kind of do more snacking. I'm a
Mhm.
school counselor, so finding time to eat can be challenging if there's a crisis. But I know the concept of it. Just making sure that I come from the world of keto, and so
Mm.
getting in a carb is just a different mentality for me.
Mhm. Yeah.
Same. We were brainwashed.
Shannon, what do you put? Do you make your own turkey burgers outright or do you purchase them?
Mm.
I usually buy it ground and just, yeah,
What do
Season
you
them.
add?
I
What do
season
you
them
add
up.
to your-
I might put an egg in it and some seasoning, and that's kind of it. I don't
Just like
use
a-
bread.
Mhm.
I don't use any breadcrumbs or anything. I know you can, but they hold together pretty good.
Okay.
Yep.
Dijon is a good binder. Dijon mustard.
Oh,
That sounds
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
Dijon can be used in a lot of things that add flavor. I even use it like in like pasta sauce or as a sauce on top of veggies.
that's interesting.
Oh, Rose says that her husband uses this coffee seasoning for his turkey burgers and it's so delicious. She's going to share it. Yeah,
Gosh.
share a picture of the spice mix on the Facebook page, Rose. Thanks.
Very cool.
Yeah, so Lindsay, I was telling Gaylena, like I'll cook chicken, like chicken breasts, or I'll grill it up, or chicken thighs, and then I'll just like cut it into like strips, and then I have these boxes that I got at the grocery store that are sort of like a Lunchable box that you can fill, and I'll just like have that full of like like grapes and cut up veggies, and then like chicken strips or whatever meat you've got available, and you can kind of munch on that throughout the day. But at least you've got your food, so that, like I was saying, the idea is that you make sure that you eat throughout the day so that you don't get home and you're not starving. And then you're just like, getting fast food on your way home or ordering out on your way home. You're satisfied enough to be able to cook your dinner. Or put
How do you cook your chicken thighs?
I
Like
usually
what method?
I usually just bake them. You can cook them in the air fryer. But I buy them boneless, skinless, and then I cut off a bunch of the fat because that kind of grosses me out. And then I just put them on my baking sheet, like do some oil on top, and then like a bunch of seasoning. I like garlic powder, onion powder, and chili powder. And I just like cover them. It's really good. And another protein that I just found that I love is the pork loin. You can get them pretty cheap, and there's 2 in there. And if you cut them into little like discs and then cook them in your cast iron, and I season them the same way. I use kind of the same seasonings all the time because I'm boring, but they taste good. And then cook them in your cast iron like a pork chop, but they're really tender so they don't dry out like pork chop.
Hmm.
I just learned that this week. I was going to make a video for the Facebook group when I decide to.
I would love to see that because my
Yeah.
stuff dries out all the time.
You're what?
Whenever I cook pork, it dries out unless I'm using ground pork, but
Yeah. Yeah. So I usually bake it. I bake it or the chicken thighs at like 375. And I just keep an eye on them. I think I don't really know. I'm the opposite of Kristen, where I don't use any recipes and I don't pay attention to how long I cook
You
things.
just come cook for me. I'll pay you to do my meal prep. Just don't throw in meat. Fine.
Well, if we don't have any other questions, Lindsay, I was telling the girls that your homework for the week is print out this page, oh, wrong one. Sorry. Where'd it go? This page. Your top 3s. So go through your workbook, and there's going to be lists of proteins, carbs, veggies, and fats. And whoever, you and your husband, go through those lists and pick out your favorites. Fill in this sheet, and then tell your coach how many Fit Me plates you're going to try to get in this week.
where do I find that
It's in
worksheet?
your, did you get your workbook?
Is it a digital workbook?
It's a digital workbook. Yeah.
Would it have been emailed or is it in the app?
It's emailed from Jamie Lynn Estelle.
Mhm.
And I think it's
will-
called
I
Meal
will-
Prep PT.
Meal prep what?
PT, like personal training.
Gotcha. I'll take a look.
I got mine on the 24th of February.
There's like a mass push out of
Yeah, everybody who was signed up would have gotten it then. Unless
concrete
it's
phones are still going to my junk folder for whatever reason. That could be it.
You're gross. What are you doing?
Aw.
He's like, you've been ignoring me for so long, Mom.
Oh.
I just uploaded it to the chat.
Hi.
a document.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Lindsay,
You guys can't find it.
Kristen
It should be there. It needs to processing.
put it in the
I'm
chat.
not finding it quite yet.
It's spinning. Hopefully it will.
Yeah, it might be too
Here we
big.
go.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thank you.
That's
Sure
awesome.
thing.
A little tech friend.
Smart.
Like I'm at
people.
work. Just my next meeting of the day.
All right. Well, we will end this meeting because I thought it was going to go quick, but it didn't. I'm so happy. I was like, how the heck am I going to fill up 45 minutes with the Fit Me plate? So it's great.
Well, thank you.
So if you guys need anything, holler at your coaches. You can always message me on Facebook. Shannon, you know where to find me. And yeah, so we'll see you guys next week.
Yes,
Thank you.
More recipe
Thank
sharing.
you.
Yeah, this
Thank
was
you.
awesome. Loved it.
Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you.
Guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.